this new episode of the Knitting in a podcast. This is episode 29 in English, and I have a coffee, of course. And it is really bad weather in the Netherlands. It's Wednesday, 29 May. It's grey, dark, and it's raining very hard on the moment. So I hope you'll see me. I think this is good. You can see me good, but it is really bad. I want to show you what I see now. See that? So that's my view. Normally it's nice and green, but it's really, really bad weather. And I knew that today, so I don't mind for the podcast. It is, I'm sitting here nice and cozy. So take a coffee or a tea or something else to drink and settle down. Take your knitting or your crocheting and watch a little hour with me and listen to me. So I am Ivonne. I'm a knitter from Holland. I welcome you if you're new here because I have a lot of new subscribers. Thanks to Jana from Finnish Knitting Stories. If maybe you've seen it and maybe that's the reason why you clicked on the subscribe button at my channel, because I made a project bag for her, a scrappy project bag, and in her last podcast episode she showed it and she gave me a shout out. I didn't ask for it, but she did, and that's really nice. So thank you, Jana, if you see this. It was so lovely to see you with my handmade project bag. That it was so unreal. It was really unreal. So for is it real? She has really my bag. I sent the package with some other things for the family, and she's pronouncing my name and my podcast. So very, very much thank you that you do this. So I was a really happy person. I'm always a happy person, but that was when my heart was jumping, like Sarah always say. So super nice. If you're new here through Jana or through somebody else, very welcome. Also returning viewers, of course. My channel is growing and I love it, and I hope to reach the 1,000 before 26 September, because then my podcast exists 2 years. And I make them in Dutch and in English because I wanted to reach more of the world than only the Netherlands. And I'm doing this almost 1.5 years. In September I do it 2 years, so I still like it. Every time I sit down for the camera, I like to talk about my knitting to you, and I like the whole interaction with the viewers. I don't see you live, but when you follow me maybe on Instagram or here on YouTube and you give a comment, it's always nice to read, so thank you for that. And I'm a coffee addict. I love coffee. Today I have a mug from the thrift shop with roses. On this moment I'm very into the roses. I think it's my curtains from the thrift shop were rose themed, and since then I watch out for all the things with roses. So this is my cup of the day. And I have a clockwork mug also from the thrift shop, and this one is my water in. I have a lot to tell, so go sit down. Maybe it's raining in your country too. And I don't mind rainy days. Sometimes I like them a lot. But you don't have to, when you don't have to go out, it's not so bad. But if you have to go on a bike, then you're not happy. But I don't have to do that today because, maybe in the afternoon I have to get some groceries, always. Yeah, at first I have had a Dutch viewer of my podcast, and 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I want in one of my weekly vlogs, I want to say in the Dutch vlog, I want to say project bag, but then there was coming something else out of my mouth, and that was pruidel bag. It's more like dodgy bag. It was. I don't know where it came from. I said pruidel bag, and I had to laugh at myself. So the last podcast episode in Dutch, I told that I made this sort of mistake, and it was a funny mistake. So I thought, oh, maybe I have to say pruidel bag instead of project bag. And one of my Dutch viewers found, she laughed about it, and she says, Ivonne, I found that a brilliant idea. So I have a lot of Dropsfabel sock yarn in my stash, and because you reached 800 followers, 800 subscribers on YouTube, maybe you can do a giveaway that I make 4 or 8 pruidel bags, and you can give them away because of your 800 subscribers. So I said, oh, that's really nice of you, but I don't want to, She was pregnant. She was in her, how do you say that? Verlof. That she didn't have to work before the baby comes. So she was cleaning her hobby room, and that's why she thought, oh, I can give that to Ivonne, and she can give it away to her viewers. So what she did, she made a pruidel bag for me. Here is Ivonne's pruidel bag. I really, really love it. This is a bag after the idea from Petit Knit. I think Petit Knit sells bags like this. And she put it full of Dropsfabel sock yarn, all 10 gram skeins in all different colors. And she said pruidel bags for sock knitting, for scrappy socks. So I think in this bag there are 13 10 gram skeins of all different colors. I love it a lot. And this one, and a white one, and this one. Oh, lovely. I think it's a really lovely, the colors are really lovely. So I'm going to make, of course, a scrubby sock from it. This one, I think they were 13 skeins, and this one. And she made me 4 more pruidel bags with this, only the pruidel bag name on it. And I'm going to give 2 away in this video, in the English version of my podcast, and 2 in the Dutch version. So if you want to participate in this giveaway, you have to give a comment under this video, and you have to type pruidel bag in the comments. You can make only the word or a whole story, and then I'm going to do the how do you say it? The comment picker. And in about 2 weeks, when I come back with my podcast, I will give 2 away, 2 winners for this lovely pruidel bag, and 2 in the Dutch podcast. So if you want to make, that your the chance of winning is bigger, you can also comment on the Dutch podcast and on the English podcast. So I will take your comment with it in the comment picker. So I'm really excited to send all this out to you. I have 4, and 1 is for me. So that was a really nice interaction with one of the viewers. Thank you for that, Lisa. She called Lisa Knos Knits on Instagram. My balls are here. So that is the giveaway for 800 subscribers. On the moment I passed that already, and the next goal is of course the 1,000, because in September my podcast exists 2 years, and it would be nice that I before 26 September I reach 1,000 subscribers. I would love that. So if you knew people who don't know me yet, please spread the word and spread the love, and I will thank you for that. And of course, like my video. That's also important, so that other people can find my podcast. So I will put the little skeins in my back in my bag, and then we're going to start the finished objects for this week. I have a lot of sock knitting. I did a lot of sock knitting. I love sock knitting because it's always nice. It's fast. I have a lot of nice sock yarn, so you see a lot of socks in this in my episodes. I love hand-dyed yarn, sock yarn, but I also am a big fan of the commercial sock yarns. So this is my first finished object, the purple sock from Lammy Yarns, the Strumpegarn. This was a really lovely yarn. I think it knits up really nice. It's a little bit a dark, moody color, but this is super nice for in the fall. And I finished them last week. I don't know exactly the dates anymore. I think I casted the first on, I think half March or April. I don't know. I don't write that down. I don't know if you think, do you want to know that, or do you say, whatever. So the crazy sock lady, she's always mentioning when she cast it on and when she cast it off. But I think I'm not a person to do all that kind of information. I try to, but I'm an spontaneous type. And sometimes I cast it on and I knit through here and then I leave it for a few weeks. So that is what I'm doing. But these ones are ready and I love it. So that's my first finished object. I take my last sip of my coffee and then I go on. And then I have 4 half finished objects. I was trying to do from every sock on my needles the first one to finish the first one, and that I succeed. So this is my quartet of socks. Super nice. And the first one I finished was the Opal Abonnement sock. This one is I have an Opal abonnement, subscription. Opal is a German sock brand, and I thought, I would like that one. I think you get 6 balls in every 3 months, and this was my first 6 balls, one of the 6 balls, and I thought last week I will cast this on, and it lives in my, I don't know it anymore. In my Cozy JoJo's bags. And this is a really, really nice sock yarn. I love Opal. It's really, can't tell. It's real, you see it knits up really nice and neat. So this is the first sock. I will show you the ball band, but it's a subscription. So if you like Opal, you can maybe, I don't know if every country can do that, but we live in the Netherlands next to Germany, so in the Netherlands, you can subscribe on it. I love it a lot. Sorry, I had to sneeze for a bit. This is the ball band, this is the abo, and the next abonnement box will arrive. I think they send it out today, and hopefully I get it next week. So this is one of the first balls, and I cast on the second sock, of course, but I'm not really far. And I knit these on my new Knit Pro Symphony needles. I thought it was a 20 centimeter needle, but it's unfortunately I didn't see it right. So it's 15, but I'm trying to get used to it. 15 is always shorter, and then you feel it constantly in your hands. But I think I'm getting used to it when you knit on it. Often, then it will become sort of, you get used to it. And it knits up really quick. The little needles fit in the bags better, so that is that's hoe zeg je dat nou, voordeel. The 20 centimeters are sometimes too big for the little project bags. This is my the only one that fits on the 15 centimeters, but I always forget to put it on. But I have to do it when I go, when I'm at home. Most of the time it stays on the needles, but sometimes when you're on the way, the needles slipping off the stitches slipping off the needles. So then I use this lovely London themed. This one I got from Rosie Retro on Etsy. I will link patterns I knit. I will link it below. I don't link opal balls and sock yarn balls, because I always show it on screen. So if you like this bag from Rosie Retro, you have to Google it and you can find her on Etsy. So that is not what I'm linking, because I tried to do that, but I don't know how I have to share that. It didn't work last time. I tried it, but it didn't work. So if you like one of the things I mention, sock yarn or project bags, you have to Google the name, and most of the time I find always everything. I try to link everything, but sometimes it don't work, and then you have to Google it yourself. So that was one half-finished object. Then the next half-finished object was my scrappy sock. All knits up from hand-dyed scrappies I had, from some of them from Row 1 minis I had bought once. Some of minis I had myself, so this one looks really nice. And the second sock is, of course, on the needles. It is lived in my dodgy bag. This one I made myself. This lovely fabric I found last year in the thrift shop in London. Also with the roses, so ta-da! And I cast it on the second sock, but I thought it doesn't have to be matchy today. This time, normally I do try to do the scrappy socks matchy, but now I'm this is my basket, a lovely basket. I bought it at Cross & Woods online. It's Cross & Woods is a shop in The Hague in Holland. It's very far from my house, so I bought this online last November, I think. And here are all my scrappy hand-dyed yarns and minis lives in. I'm at the point that I couldn't finish the heel flap anymore. And my second scrappy sock is not the same, as you see, not the same order. I thought, doesn't matter. These are scrappy socks. The only thing I did the same was the heel flap. And in this one is another ball. I got it on the ontmoetdag. And this was hand-dyed also. And I asked, does somebody know if this is hand-dyed yarn? And it was. She reacted, the person that puts it in that basket at Trouwda's ontmoetdag, and I switched balls. I didn't know it was from her. She reacted on Instagram, so now I know that it was. And I have a little piece left, and I would put it in the foot of this sock. So these will be sisters, but not twins. But the colors are a little bit the same. Some things are the same. This one is the same. So I do what I feel. That's what I always do. What I feel, I knit in this sock. When this sock is ready, I'm going to cast on the Pruidelberg sock, because I love to knit scrappy socks. They're always quicker than other socks. I don't know why, but you always want to knit another stripe, and before you know, your sock is ready. So yeah, that was another half-finished object. Oh yeah, then I have this lovely sneaker sock. I cast this on a few weeks ago. This one I knit on, even zoeken, waar is de... Oh ja, de tas. I knit these on 2mm needles. Lives in this lovely bag from Rachel, made by Rachel on Etsy. Yeah, I was trying to link her shop last time, but it didn't work out. The ball I had bought 2 years ago at Wol met Verven. I love it a lot. It looks like disco dip on an ice cream. We call it disco dip in the Netherlands. When you buy a soft ice, you can choose for disco dip, and it looks like these colors. This I bought at Wol met Verven 2 years ago, I think, online. And the reason why I do it on 2mm needles, I did that last year with sneaker socks, and these are very tighter around your foot, so that it fits really well and it doesn't flip in your sneaker. And the reason why I choose to start at the toe is because I want this lovely picot edging. This is not a pattern. I cast it on 64 stitches on a 2mm needle, Knit Pro, 20 centimeters. I think I start with 12, and then I looked at a YouTube video how to do that. I can do it without the video. Then you increase until 64 stitches. Then you do the foot, and I fit them while I'm knitting them. I fit them, and then I think, okay, it's enough, and then I do the shadow wrap short row heel. On the moment, I'm a big fan of the heel flap and gusset, but when you start at the toe, I only can do this. And because I wanted this lovely picot edging, that's the reason I started at the toe. So the first one is ready. The second one I have to cast on. It's not happening. It's not happened yet because I didn't have the time anymore. So that is another sock whip. One of the half-finished objects. And then yesterday I thought I am going to finish my first Christmas sock. That was also a few weeks on my needles, I think, and 2 weeks ago I thought, oh, it's too hot, I don't feel like knitting on this, but now it's bad weather in the Netherlands and it's not too hot anymore, so now I liked to knit on this. But there is a big but. I don't know if you say that in English. We always say there's a maar, but these needles I have for a very long time. These are one of my first DPNs I think I ordered. On the needle it says 2.5mm. I checked it a few times, but when I was knitting I was thinking, oh, it knits up so it feels a little bit thicker than 2.5. But yeah, I always look. No, it's really 2.5. And I have also these needles in 2.75, but I checked it and that was not the needle I had knitted with. But yesterday I finished this sock and I fit them on, and you see it already. This is the biggest sock blocker from this brand. I bought it in London at Loop, but it is a little bit slouchy. So the sock is a little bit too wide, but I think it's a really nice with Christmas when it's cold, like a home sock. So I tried this in an where do you put your needles in, and it didn't fit in a 2.5. So I think this is a 2.75, and the brand put the wrong 2.5 on this, because this is not a 2.5. And while I was knitting the sock, I felt it, but it's okay. The sock is really fits really well. It's a little bit slouchy. So this is my first Christmas sock this year, and I'm hoping to finish these in the next 2 weeks, so that when it's Christmas time or Advent time, I have already one pair of Christmas socks ready. I love the color combination. It's really Christmassy. So yeah, Christmas in July is not ready. It's not here. Maybe I will knit up another Christmas sock in July. That's what my plan is, but we'll see that. That lives in this lovely red bag from Rosie Retro. I got it from my youngest child for Christmas. Yeah, it's a really super nice bag, a little project bag. And this one I bought in London, I think at Notting Hill, in a lovely shop. Or that was in Paddington. There is at Paddington, where I was with my hotel, there was a nice shop, and the man had this lovely nutcracker. So that's what I bought there. Yeah, and then I have another sock on the needles, and I was trying to finish all the half-finished object socks this week, but this one I forgot until this morning. I thought, that's another sock whip on my needles, but I'm not in a hurry with this, because this is the woven check sock from Stephen West. And now I'm losing my stitches. Shit. That is not nice, because here is a pattern in. I lost one of the stitches, so I will pick that up later. And this sock is for my father. These socks this pattern I bought last year, because I knitted the mystery sock along sock, and it's a little bit one of the pattern pieces is the same as this, and my father said then, that's really soft and warm for the winter, so that's why I bought this woven check sock pattern last year already, and I didn't knit it, and now now I do. These are for my lovely father. He's turning 81 in July, but I don't think I'm ready. Sorry, I don't think they will be ready for 16 July. That's not necessarily, because he says I need them in the winter and not now. So I'm going to knit slowly but sturdy on this sock. The thing what I want to tell about this sock, I choose to do size 4, I think. 4 or 5, because it's for my father's foot. But I thought, it looks so wide. But you have to stretch it and block it, and maybe it's perfect. But I had a lot of stitches on my needles. I thought at one point I had 80 stitches, and that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to 64, so this is a lot more knitting. And I'm now at the point that I can start with the pattern again, with the slip stitches. So it's super nice, and I have to repair one stitch. That's good. So that is also a sock whip, but this is a sock whip with a pattern. Normally I knit socks with, mostly vanilla socks, but this one not. Sometimes a pattern sock That's what I like to do. And the Stephen West patterns are really, yeah, really clear. I love it a lot. And yeah, I had it already in my stash. Oh yeah, I knit it with Meilenweit uni colors, black and white from Lana Grossa. And the bag it's living in, it is the bag I made myself last time I showed it to you. This lovely dodgy bag, also with a mini roses. Super nice. And it's a little bit a wider bag, so the two balls fit in really good. And my needles also. All fabrics from, this is all from the thrift shops I found on my thriftings. Yeah, that was it for the socks. I hope I didn't have anything forgotten to say, but yeah, if you have a question, you can always message me here under this video or on Knitting Inden on Instagram. Feel free to follow me there too. I have nearly 1,000 followers on Instagram, so that is also really, yeah, excited. I'm excited about the numbers. But yeah, yeah. The next thing on my needles is my lives in my lovely bag from Quilting Mika quilting bags. She's also on Instagram, Quilting Mika. She makes bags. You can contact her and you can yeah, ask, do you send to this and that country? I don't know for sure, but I think she does, and she makes the most beautiful bags. I told you that before. And in this bag lives my stripometry shawl. I didn't knit a lot on it last 2 weeks, but I did do a few rows. This is yeah, a big piece. You have to the rows are getting shorter every row with a short row, so that is nice, but I didn't knit on it a lot, and that is because I have a secret test knit and I can't tell you anything about it yet, but that takes some time also. So I did a lot of sock knitting in between and my secret test knit, and yeah, I can't tell you anything about it until it's released, and then I will tell you more about it. But that's the reason why I didn't knit on this shawl so yeah, so often, because normal I will, yeah, I can do in 2 weeks time I can do one part, of course, but I didn't do so many things, so much on this. This is a nice knit, and yeah, maybe when it's ready in September, I think it's early enough, because then we can wear hopefully shawls again. I knit it up with 100% Highland wool from Isager in 3 colors. I named the colors before. The dark red is wine, the brown is soil, and the lighter color is, I think, rosé. Yeah, rosé. It's a really thin yarn, thinner than I used to, thinner than, how do you say, fingering weight, I think. It knits up nice, it's really airy. I knit it on 4mm needles, but it's not my favorite yarn to knit with. It's a lovely fabric, it makes a lovely fabric, but I'm not a fan of this yarn so much. Yeah, I don't, it's a nice yarn, but not my favorite. So it's a thin thread, and these are Chaigu red lace fixed circulars, and these are very light, and the yarn is very light, so maybe that's the reason that I don't think it's my favorite. So I'm slowly getting a little bit progress on my stripometry shawl from Stephen West. I think this is a really nice shawl when it's finished, and it will be a lot of getting wear out, but we'll see that in the future. It's not so far. Then I have, oh, sorry, I have to get it. Yeah, then I worked on 2 blankets this past 2 weeks. I didn't work on my cozy comfort throw. That's also because of my secret test knit. I didn't feel like knitting on that. And last week I thought, oh, maybe I can start my northeasterly again. I left it for 3 weeks in hibernation, and now I thought, oh yeah, I feel like it. I want to knit on it again. I made this big project bag myself a few weeks ago. I showed it in the weekly vlogs. I think it's really nice and big, and here fits my blanket in. It's a drawstring, and I made the handles on it because when I go on a knitting trip I can use it as a bag for my knittings. The blanket is getting really big. It's really, a little bit unhandy, and sometimes I'm doubting about, how big do you want to make this blanket? I started this week with this color, the nice ball I swapped at the ontmoetdag. This is for my purple socks, this is for my grey socks, and the other purple socks, and this was a leftover I didn't knit socks with. My plan was to knit every month this year 1 row, and this is the June row. I already started it because I was a little bit in front. So after this June row I have to do 6 more. But I was doubting today, do I like it to knit more rows? So I was talking to the Dutch viewers, and it's a really nice knit because you can use all your scraps, your fingering weight scraps. That's the nicest thing of this blanket, but I measured it a few weeks ago. I had it off my needles and then I measured it, and the last lane was a bit shorter than the first lane, so that was like 15 centimeters different. And then I thought, how can that happen? You take you take every time the next stitch on this garter of this edging, so that it is the same amount of stitches. But I think it will, hoe zeg je dat? Through the yarn choice. Some yarn are thicker and some yarn is thinner. But then I have a little bit the feeling for, do I want to go on with this blanket, or should I stop it now? But yeah, I decided to go on. I will make the 6 rows. After June I make 6 rows extra every month, a row. And then in December I think it's long enough, big enough, and then it's ready. So yeah, I decided to go on with it. I hope you can see it a little bit. Maybe I can stand up and go a little bit backwards. I can't see what I show now. This is so I thought when it comes until here or here, then I have a big blanket for on the couch. Yeah, and it's really nice, of course, because here are all things I swapped with people. Some bits and bobs from myself. This is also a kind of a memory blanket. So, but I love the Cozy Memories blanket more. I like the type of knitting there. An everyday square is for me more satisfying than this. So when this is ready in December, then I don't think I will make another one. But yeah, sometimes you can change your mind, but I think this then it is enough for the northeasterly. The northeasterly is nice. The Cozy Memories blanket is nicer. Is my favorite. But yeah, and it's really bigger. It's getting a beetje lastiger to to put it in my big project bag with the lovely fabrics I bought at Albert Kuip last year, the flowers, and inside are the donkeys. So that is one of my blanket whips. Let me know in the comments what your favorite blanket is to knit on. Maybe you have the same as me, maybe another one, maybe for another new cast on in January. I will hopefully start a new one, maybe the Jelly Roll blanket. That's on my list. I like fingering weight blankets the most. You cribble everywhere. And then the last one is in my first made dodgy bag. Of course, my Cozy Memories blanket with all hand-dyed scraps. That's the rule in this blanket. I started it last 2 July in 2023 here in this corner. And the rule is only hand-dyed scraps. From minis, from things I swap with people. And yeah, this one I love a lot. I will never get bored of knitting this kind of blankets, and I think I will when this one's ready. I think that will take another half year at least, but then I cast on another one. So maybe I get a lot of grandchildren, hopefully, and then I give all my grandchildren in the future a Cozy Memories blanket. There are no grandchildren yet, but hopefully there will be in the future. So this is the loveliest Cozy Memories blanket by Camper Ray. I will link the pattern if you don't know it yet, but I think when you follow a lot of vlogs you know it already, and maybe you made one or two already. Super nice. So that is where I worked on all those the last 2 weeks since my last episode. I have a few more things on my needles, but I didn't knit on that. And yeah, maybe I'll show that the next episode. This year I'm going on holiday to England. As some of you know, I'm a really London fan, London lover. But this year I'm not going to London this summer. I'm going to England, southwest England, with a travel organization called Boulderman. We go by bus. I'm going alone. I have one hotel room for me, myself, and I. And I did that before. That was when we went to Denmark. I made a vlog of that, so if you like it, you can look it back, but it's in Dutch. Then I did it only in Dutch. This year I'm going to vlog also in English, so I will make a vlog for you. We are going to visit Windsor, and we are going to southwest England, Bath, and in the area Somerset, I think that's the area, and Bath, Devon, Cornwall, I think that's things I'm going to see. So, yeah, Bath is one of the things I'm looking forward to. So nice. It's a dream come true. This is a dream trip for me. My parents did that I think in the 90s, and then I thought when I was younger, or when I'm older, I want to do that also. And this year I thought, oh, Ivonne, you're turning 55 this year. You're old enough now. You can go on that bus trip. My children don't want to go on with me on holiday anymore. They go do things themselves. My youngest son is 20. My oldest son is 24. They live with me in this house, so that's really cozy. Sometimes I think, maybe you have to go live on yourself. But normally we have it all. Yeah, it's always cozy and gezellig in our house. But yeah, I thought you can go on that holiday you wanted for so long, And my lovely boyfriend is going. We don't do the holidays together yet because of his children are younger, and maybe in the future we will do that together. But yeah, I'm going to do that alone. I love it. I love to go traveling alone because then you have to. Yeah, you don't have to think about what somebody else wants. You only have to think about what yourself want, what you want to do yourself. And I like to meet people. I like to talk, of course, but I also like to be on my own. So when we're in Bath, we had some spare time, and I will look up the local yarn shop. I think it's called Wool Bath. I already follow them on Instagram. So I will go yarn shopping, of course, and in the city where we sleep in, there's Weston-super-Mare, I think it's called. Hopefully there is some craft shops also. We have enough spare time. Every day we will go with a bus trip somewhere in the neighborhood, and we have enough spare time also. So that is I'm really excited to go there, to go on holiday. 13 July I'm going to leave. But it took a few weeks, and I certainly will make a holiday vlog of it. I don't know if it's nice to see, but yeah, I film it anyway. So I can't wait. That's my only holiday week, and that's enough for me. In January I was in London, and now I'm going to England, and I'm trying to go in November or next January again to London. I'm trying to go 2 times a year to London, but because of my holiday in England, I'm not going to do 2 times a year. But yeah, I was in London more than 20 times, so I know the city well. I miss the city always. One of my best friends was 2 weeks ago or so in London. One of my viewers was in London. She liked my London vlogs a lot, so she's now addicted too. But London is always nice, and I think most people know that. But if you didn't go to London yet in your life, you have to go. But England is my favorite country. When I was younger, I was always going to Greece. Oh, Greece is also nice, and Spain, I love it. But I don't want to lie on the beach all day anymore. And the warm weather is super nice, but then you go lying at the pool and at the beach, and that's a really different kind of holiday. I also like that, but on this moment in my life, I like more the bus trips. And hopefully it's not too hot when I go to England, because I don't like that. But yeah, we'll see that. It's in the middle of July, so the chances, of course, that it's going to be hot. But yeah, we'll see that. It's and then the Crazy Sock Lady has the summer sock camp, of course, this year again. Last year I was very excited and I participated in it, but this year I thought, I knit socks always a lot. But she had the theme, 80s, 90s theme. So then I thought, it would be nice that I find a piece of fabric from the 80s or the 90s and then make a project bag from it. So I went thrift shopping this week, but I couldn't find it, of course. When you search for something, you don't find it. When you don't need it, it's lying in front of you. So I put that idea away again, but then I was at a shop here in Holland. It's called The Action. It's not one of my favorite shops, but sometimes when I had to go there this week, and then I saw this lovely, ta-da, 80s themed. Yeah, it's like a toilet bag, or it's a pencil case. They call it a pencil case. The Action is a really cheap shop, so that was $1.69. You cannot think that they can make it for that little money. But I thought I'd buy it for my holiday, so I put in pen, scissors, yeah, how do you say it? A sticky lijmplaksel to put pictures in your notation books. Yeah, I have a post-it in it, some colorful, how do you say this, stiften? Yeah, to mark things in your notation books. And I have also a pen, of course, from London in it. I have a crochet hook, you never know where you need it for. So I was making my holiday bag. Yeah, I had a new passport. Yeah, that was it. I had to, my passport was expired, so I had to pick up my new passport. And then I went to the Action. So this is my new holiday etui. And I bought, I have every day I have my little notation book. This is my 4th book. This week I started the 4th one. I have already 3 books full. I started this last year when I was with my dad on holiday in North Holland, in Schorrel. I made vlogs from that. So if you like to see, you can watch it back. I did it in, I think in English also, yeah, English and in Dutch. And then in that holiday I buy a book. It's a HEMA notation book. And the nicest thing in these books are that there are, yeah, you can put your pictures in. I always, yeah, old magazines, I cut this out, and when I do my days every day. I did it every day since January. Last year I did it, sometimes I skipped a day, but now since I'm home I do it every day so I can feel how I feel. This is what I cut out, the tompoes, die liebe Schatze, mein so Menschen. And this card I bought 2 years ago. I thought this is such a nice card. A man in that garden with a cat and he's eating cake with the chicken. It's super nice. I want to sit in this garden. So this is my notation book. I do this every day, and I tell what day it is, how many degrees, how I feel, how I slept, what time I woke up, what I'm going to do. That's a little bit what it's not a diary, but it's more like little notitions. So I love it a lot to do this every day. I make every day a little 10 minutes time to do my booklet. It's from the HEMA. But yeah, when you don't live in the Netherlands, maybe you go on holiday in the Netherlands, then you have to look at the HEMA, or the Jumbo sells them too. So and then I thought in my holiday in England I have more pictures, more things to that I want to keep. So I bought a bigger book at the Action. It's more like a craft book for when you can. I cannot draw really nice, but I thought this is a nice big book to stick all the pictures in that I get in my holiday. So this is my new holiday book, and I want to search now for pictures from England. So I'm going to go to the thrift shops and search for things about England, about Southwest England. I don't know if it will succeed, but we'll see that. So this is all for my holiday already. And I have to make a bag, like a rucksack or something. I don't have it anymore. So that's what I want to buy before I go on holiday, and make a list of everything you need. Sometimes you are on holiday and you forget it, and that's not so. Sometimes you can buy it, of course, in England also. That's also nice, but I want to make a list so that I don't forget anything. Because we are sitting, I think, the first day 12 hours in the bus, with stops, of course. And there's a boat ride in between Calais to Dover. But you have to sit a lot of hours, so I can knit, I can watch or listen to things, and I can make my notation books. So that is what I'm planning to do. But yeah, it isn't 13 July yet, so I will come to you until my holiday every week, the weekly vlog or the podcast. And when I'm on holiday, I think I'm taking 1 or 2 weeks off from the podcast. And yeah, I think I'm going to be 1 week off, and then when I come back from my holiday, I will make a vlog of it, and then I will tell you how and when I come back. But I'm always here on Thursday, so on Thursday you can expect a video of me or a weekly vlog or a podcast episode. So I hope you liked it. Hope to see you again. If you made it to here, chapeau. I talk a lot. I can talk for 2 hours if I want to. The only thing that's not nice is my back hurts always a lot when I sit on this hard chair. So now I'm glad it's I taped it all. The Dutch version I did already. So now I'm going to lunch and edit everything, and tomorrow 30 May, yeah, it will be on YouTube. And I see you next week with a weekly vlog, and thank you for watching. If you want to ask me something, please feel free to send me a message on Instagram, or maybe I will put my email address also in the description box, so you can always ask me something. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.
Package that arrived. It arrived already a couple of days ago, but I only got the chance to open it this morning because it's been insane around here. It arrived from Ivonne from Knitting Inden, knitting podcast here on YouTube. She has a podcast both in Dutch and in English, and she's also on Instagram. And hi Ivonne, she's lovely. I actually watch her, and she made me a bag as well. But I will start with the card. This is by a lovely artist whose advent, you know, the house with animals that we put together, by the same artist, by Esther. And yeah, there's a lovely card. No, Fox says that there's a doggy. Also yay. Dogs and foxes. And she made me a type of a bag that I have wanted for quite a while. And I can't sew. I probably can, but I'm not really. I don't have a confidence. And I have always wanted this kind of bag with all sorts of beautiful fabrics. And she made me one, and there is even my name on it. How cool is that? Again, fun, beautiful lining. Everything is scrappy. You know I love scrappy. Scrappy everything. Sewn, knit, crocheted, and this is so much fun. Like garden inspired. Definitely garden inspired. And Ali from this no, which one is her? Little Drops of Wonderful? This Little Wonderful Life. Anyway, Ali in the UK, she has this dodgy bag, Mal, and every year I say, "Oh, I'm gonna join, I'm gonna try," and I don't have a confidence. I would rather knit a bag probably than sew a bag, but this is lovely. This fulfills my craving for a beautiful scrappy bag. So thank you, Ivonne. There were many other things in the package, but my family has already got to it, and I spotted waffles. I spotted Dutch waffles, and Franny got the voodoo shoes. So we haven't tried them all yet, but she's right there. They will definitely fit Franny. We'll take them off keychain, and Franny will get wooden shoes. Yes, definitely. That's so funny. There were many other lovely things in the box. There's an empty box besides me because my family got it already. So
super nice.
Thank you so much, Ivonne, and it was It was a lovely surprise, and your package will be on the way soon because we're doing small. Yes, yarn is still drying. I've been back at work dyeing yarn, and okay, let's go to knit and chat and talk about yarn. What could I knit on? I don't know. On both of my knitting projects, I need to count rows, so it doesn't really work right now because